Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakal Kodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders, great millstone, who teach very well. While not this truth from and citation out there to the hopeful elect, who continue to push this word in our truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, shalom to all the men, women, and children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua. And today, just basically doing a read of the big brother Yaiqua from Baton Rouge, man. And it's a beautiful video. I was watching it working. The spirit was heavy, man. The video was called "Don't Get Compromised," and I'm not gonna play the whole video, but once you go into it, it was basically a mo on Dr. Phil trying to force his father, to accept his wicked lifestyle, man. And it's so sick how far we have fallen as a people. Because instead of seeking the righteousness of the Lord, people are rather seek the righteousness of people, man. When a lot of these people are wicked. Matter of fact, let me get something real quick, man. Because again, if you're in the mindset of righteousness, you're better than a lot of people today. If your mindset is on righteousness, man. Money doesn't make you better. Riches doesn't make you better. It's your mindset which improves you, man. And for the lack of better words, this man's mindset actually, for the lack of better words, changed. Why? Because he felt the shame. They made him feel bad on national TV, not knowing that the Lord doesn't deal with damn feelings. Let's go ahead and start with this real quick. Let's go to Isaiah, the 5th chapter. Then we're going to get this quote. It says, "Woe to them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter." And that's it, because at the end of the day, it says in the scriptures that Esau have flipped things upside down, and that's what he did in a roundabout way by exalting this LGXYZ PS, and even that's wickedness, but there's even things that's even past that, because it's going to get to a point where we're going to get persecuted, and they're going to try to make you feel bad for believing, That's why I continue on. It says, "Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight." And again, that's why a lot of these niggas out here, the reason why this guy compromised, because he wanted to please men. Let me see. Let me go back into this. All right, 37:28. Let me get this guy face, man. Because you can see the emotions on Jake's face. He kind of feel bad. He's a mo too. But you can see the emotions on Jake's face that he kind of feel bad that his son's a mo. He wanted his son to be a man. And that's the spirit he got distance from him. But at the same time, in this wicked generation, they can put you on, they can blast you on social media. They can put you on a talk show host. They can put your name upon the news to try to make you feel bad for something that's right. Even though that's your son, that's your blood and everything, he made the right decision by cutting this man off in his transition. When he transitioned, the father didn't go with him. But again, the demon in this guy, and even the demon in these people's families, they try to make you feel bad for standing up for righteousness, man. And for the lack of better words, excuse my language, fuck that. Forget all that BS, that the acceptance of America. Real quick. That's why even the Lord said, let me get it, ashamed of me in this wicked generation. Get the precept, man. Because, you get fired up, you get mad, but you get hyped up too. Because they're going to try to do us just like they did him. I suggest brothers to go back and watch this video, but they're going to try to do us just like they did him. Whether it be to a brother going to a courthouse, or whether it be your mom come and confront you and ask you, do you believe that they going into slavery? Let me get this real quick. This is the book of please bear with me, Akim. This is the book of Mark 8. Yeah, I'm going to get it in 8. This is the book of Mark 8, and I'm going to start at verse 38. It says, whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and my words, and that's it. For the lack of better words in this time now, we're standing stiffly for the words of righteousness, man. We're not standing stiffly for emotions. We're not standing stiffly for how we feel. No, we're standing stiffly for the words of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. We don't care how these people think. We don't even care how these people feel. The thoughts, the scoffing, the words they say behind our back, F that. Because we know as long as we have favor before the Lord, these NIGGAs don't matter, man. You know? These moles don't matter. Because why? If we accept it in the Lord and hate it in your sight, we on the good side. Let's read this again. Mark 8 and verse 38 again. Salakia, it says, whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. And if you be like this guy who was ashamed of his belief, if you be like this guy that was ashamed, you know, you should be ashamed that your son no more. You know? But if you be ashamed for the lack of better words, for standing up for righteousness, then ultimately you have no integrity. And a lot of Jake is going to be found without integrity in the last days. Why? Because they try to worship men and seek the not the commodity, but the praise of men instead of getting the praise of the Lord. Let's get this in Galatians 1 real quick. This is the book of Galatians 1, and I'm going to start at verse 9. It says, matter of fact, let's start at verse 7. It says, 8, Salakia. It says, but though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached, let him be accursed. And we said before, so I say now again. So basically, this Pastor Paul hammering in that nail, man. You know, if any man preach any other gospel until you then that ye have received, let him be accursed. So if anybody goes against the scriptures, you got to curse them, man. And whether you put a physical curse on them or you just say F you, you know, forget you, man. I'm done with you. You arguing, y'all going back and forth. You say, that's why the Lord, you know, that's a part of the Lord saying, let this man be accursed. Continuing on. But do I not persuade men or the Most High? And that's what this guy did, man. He went to persuade men instead of persuading his heavenly Father. And look at his face, man. Got his head down and shit. He know he fucking up. So like your brother kind of excited, but he know you can see the expressions on his face that he really don't want to do this, but just because they put him on the spot, he got for the lack of better words, compromise for wickedness, man, which the brothers of the elect will not do that. Now, real quick, let's go into that word compromise. Now, compromise in the regular Google definition, a compromise is an agreement that results when each party gives up something they want to reach a solution. Compromises can occur in many situations, including relationships, the relationship with your family, you know, businesses, your job, and politics. Some brothers gonna be on Fox News, but just going back, the compromise means you got to give up something. And for the lack of better words, if you compromise and follow after the ways of Esau, once they put you on the spot, that means you compromise your faith, you know? And that's what we can't do here in these latter days. Your faith cannot be compromised, man. Whether it's even unto death. Because even the Lord said he would give us a crown of life, you know? Go ahead and go back and get this quote from George Washington. I mean, Booker T. Washington. It says, a lie doesn't become truth. Wrong doesn't become right, and evil doesn't become good just because it's accepted by a majority. Just because everybody is going this way doesn't mean that that's the right way to go. You want to get something to back that up? Let's go to Matthew the 7th chapter, man. You know, because the majority 9 times out of 10 is wrong, and everybody been through that. Whether it be in a class, I know this happened a lot of times when brothers was in school. the classroom, and what's the answer? The answer B, the answer B. It gets up point. They even do that work and everything. Then and then the teacher come in the room and you got the right answer, man. You solved it out yourself. That's why even the scripture say, search and seek for thyself, man. Nobody can search for you, And again, this guy, he didn't search and seek for himself. He searched and seek for the love of his family. So let's go ahead and get this in the book of Matthew 7, and I'm going to start at verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way which that leadeth into destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Yes. So there's going to be many people that's going to go into the way of evil, in the way of wrong, and in the way of lies, And just because it's the go along, get along spirit doesn't mean that the results is going to be salvation. No, the results is going to be what? Death, It's going to go back, continuing on, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way. You go into the word straight is a level of difficulty, but really goes back into discipline, man. Now you have it so restraints, not only on your people, but on yourself, so you can be the best of you. This is because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few that be that find it. So it's not going to be a lot of people in this truth. And the reason why, because Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, have made a lot of people to hate the truth, to hate the words of the Lord. Whether it be us talking about Sodom and Gomorrah, whether us be talking about Noah, all the nonsense, World War III, MOTB. We don't care how you feel, man. We're not going to do nothing but show you all the gospels of the Lord. He tells, Apostle Paul said that. I have not shunned, but to declare unto you all the works of the Most High. No matter how you feel, no matter how you don't feel, whether you hear or whether you feel bad, we have a job to do, man. Let's go to St. John 7, man. St. John 7:7. The world cannot hate you, but me it hateth, because I testify of it that the works thereof are evil. And that's the reason why people are going against the grain with the things that we say. Because for the lack of better words, instead of us compromising, it's like we get more rooted. Because we're standing for the things that we believe in. And that's one of the most admirable things that you can do. Now, you see somebody, before you got into the truth, man, you see somebody when you first got into the truth, and let's say if you don't see him, 7 or 8 years later, man, if he see you again and you still in the truth, he's going to, even though he don't like it, even though he might have something wrong with it, they can't do nothing but to respect it. Why? Because you're standing fast for something that you believe in. You're not compromising. You're not giving up your faith to be accepted by the world, man. And that's what a lot of Jake is that's what a lot of Jake is doing. And that's what a lot of Jake is going to do leading up to the time of Jacob's trouble. Let's go to Jeremiah real quick. The elder pulled out this script too, man. Jeremiah 2, because Jacob go above and go high and above hills, be accepted by some wicked, by some wicked, for the lack of better word, small hat, Let's get this. Yep. Jeremiah 2 in verse 33. It says, why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Why are you compromising to seek the love of the world? Now, we know the scriptures be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. But hey, if you get confronted with it, to a certain, because we know what happened with Peter and things like that. The Lord, he forgave him for it. But if you get confronted with this truth, especially if it's beat by some simple nigga on a TV show, you should have never went in the first place, huh? But if you get confronted with it, you can't do nothing but stand upon your grounds, man. And this guy really got not cut, but he really got made a fool of, because his baby mama was on there, and he was on there. You don't call it, and it's so crazy that the guy name is Isaiah, man. The guy name is Isaiah, and Isaiah goes back into Yeshaya saved me, and he ended up changing to a feminine name that starts with an A. But not to go off topic, but that's just the spirit, man. How you get a biblical name? You have a biblical name. You have a biblical, for the lack of better words, heritage. You have a biblical heritage, but you continue to go into the ways of Esau. Read this again. Why trimmest thy way to seek love. Therefore hast thou taught the wicked ones thy ways. And I'm gonna go ahead and show this guy, man. Let me show him, man. This guy actually looked like a woman, man. Actually looked like a woman, the witchcraft of Esau. You know, now, if you look at him real quick, you say that's a girl, but you gotta, for lack of better word, one thing you gotta look at this like a little square, like a helmet. If I had a look, you know, if I had a look decent in the Revo speed, you know, in the you know, a duck, for the lack of better words, a revolution speed. If I had looked good in a football helmet, that's a man. You know, I mean, if I head look good in the football helmet, that's a woman. But if her head don't look good in that little squat, that's a damn man. Look at that chin, bro. You know? But through the deception and the deceit of Esau, everybody is going on with again. Like, this nigga probably spent thousands of dollars invested on top and bottom surgery. The mama love it. The sister love it. And the only person that got a problem with it is the father. You know, and you wasn't in my life. That's the only excuse, man. But that's the only excuse that this guy says, but that's not no excuse to turn into this, you know. But I ain't gonna touch on this any further. Let's go ahead and get this. This is the book of Isaiah 54, and I'm gonna start at verse 14, but this is in the NLT, the New Living Translation. It says, our courts oppose the righteous, and justice is nowhere to be found. Now, that our courts is the courts of Israel, because really the judges of Israel in this modern day world and in the flesh is guys like Tyler Perry, guys like Diddy, Jay-Z, and they oppose the righteous. Why? Because they're on the side of Esau. It says injustice is nowhere to be found. Truth stumbles in the streets, and honesty has been outlawed. So if you're being honest, you put out a precept on them. This is why you shouldn't be there. If you even going back into import, I remember having battles, battles for hours, man, just debating on somebody about import, and it just got to the point of just saying, "Well, I know God don't like it, but I just, you know, He gonna forgive me." You say you get 5 more, gonna, you know, do. You what it's called? We lament unto you, and now we the bad guy, man. But it's not wrong to lament unto somebody. That's why even Apostle Paul said, "I am not sorry that I made you sorry, man, with a letter. I'm not sorry that I rebuked you. The reason I rebuked you is to make you better, man." Let's go ahead and continue on in the 15th verse, Isaiah 59 and 15 in the NLT. Yeah, truth is gone, and anyone who renounces evil is attacked, and this guy was attacked, man. Not him. He's the attacker. He violently did it, man. Even Jake tried to play it cool, and yeah, man, you still call and this guy said, you still call me Isaiah. That's your name. That's a blessing name, man. But you'd rather be called whatever, Rana, Yana, whatever. But at the same time, you want to be called Yana or either Isaiah. Now, Isaiah means save me. This guy don't want to be saved, bro. This guy doesn't want to be saved. And again, this is just a tiny example, bro. Smaller than a speck of dust into how crazy it's going to get. Because they're going to try to put this same type of MO. They're going to try to run the same blitz. They're going to try to run the same play on us. But we can see it. Why? Because the scriptures told us about it. Isaiah 59 and 15, once again, yeah, truth is gone, and anyone who renounces evil is attacked. Yes. So we know they're coming with the blitz. We know they're coming with the stern truth. We know they're coming with the demonization for us believing in righteousness. But guess what? The Lord looked and was displeased to find there was no judgment. Because why? Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah is going to stand up for the righteous, man. The Lord is going to stand up for the elect in the latter days, you know? Let's go ahead and, I think it's one more on here. Yep, it says, he was amazed to see that no one intervened to help the oppressed. Yes, because it's going to be a time, bro, when even the folks you thought that with you, whether it be your chick, you've been messing with this chick on and off for 15 years. All of a sudden, you getting demonized and she turned on you. You think you're gonna, oh, that's my girl. I gotta. No, bro. F that. You gotta stand with the Lord, bro. Anybody that stand against Yahweh, anybody that stand against Yahweh Shai, you gotta stand against them. That's why Yahweh Shai said, anybody that don't gather with me, stand abroad. And again, one thing about being on the side of Yahweh Shai, you're gonna be outnumbered in the flesh, but in the spirit, you're gonna be, you're gonna be that, man. That's the best way you're gonna be that. So again, in the flesh, we might be outnumbered, but in the spirit, through Yahweh Shai, we that, bro. Let's go ahead and get this, though. Continuing on. It says, he was amazed to see that no one intervened to help the oppressed, so he set himself, stepped in to save him. So I can read this again, kind of excited. So he set himself, stepped in to save them with his strong arm, and his justice sustained him. Yes. So Yahweh Shai is going to step in on our behalf to save him with that strong arm, and that strong arm is who? Yahweh Shai. It's his injustice. A part of that justice is his truth. Shall sustain him, which basically means what? Preserve you, keep you right. Keep you right until the end. So let's go ahead and end it off with this. Lord willing, it's edifying not to, keep on rambling. Brothers be hype. Let's go ahead and get this, though. This second Ezra 2. I'm gonna have to jump up a little bit on that. This second Ezra 2. I'm gonna start at verse 32. Salah. It says, embrace thy children until I come, and shew mercy unto them, for my rails run over, and my grace shall not fail. Yes, man, because the Lord grace is not going to fail us when all hell breaks loose, bro. Because it's going to be a heavy demonization upon Israel, especially upon certain men, and it might be from somebody that's close to you. It might hurt in the flesh, but you got to remember, in the spirit, you that, man. And that's a heavy time, brothers been talking about that a lot too lately. In the spirit, not, F the flesh, man. F emotions, those corner thoughts that run through your mind. F that. Remember the spirit, because that's going to keep us stable. It says, and I, Ezra, received a charge of the Lord upon the Mount Oreb, that I should go unto Israel. But when I came unto them, they set me at naught and despised the commandments of the Lord. And that's what they do. Bring up Sodom and Gomorrah. They're going to despise it. Even one thing, bring up a woman being in order. That's been a heavy topic in Israel lately. They despise it, man. Continuing on, and therefore I say unto you, O ye heathen, that hear and understand, look for your shepherd. So, O ye heathen, us that was in the Gentile state of mind, it says, look for your shepherd. That it says, O ye heathen, that hear and understand. What's going on? What's going on that we in the end of the world as we know it? It says, look for your shepherd, Yahweh Shai, and he shall give you everlasting rest. For he is not at hand that shall come in the end of the world. And that's why Esau is coming down having great wrath, knowing that he has but a short time. Because they know that Yahweh Shai coming. And we know through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven. A part of that much tribulation, going to the history, 70 AD, and even a period of time after that, man. Jacob was getting put to death. Look at how the disciples, look how the disciples got treated, bro. Because people think I'm gonna be Superman that day. You're gonna have to take a lot of shit on the chin, man. It's like it for the language, but you're gonna have to take a lot of things on the chin for Yahweh Shai sake. That's a part of being meek. That's why it says he shall give you everlasting rest, and a part of that rest is rest in your mind, knowing that these carnal situations and these fleshly things is only for a moment. We have something way better to look forward to. It says, be ready to the reward for the kingdom, for everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore. And that's it, bro. Because you being real, for lack of better words, you being 10-toned down, standing on business for your house shot in this time will actually lead into a reward. And not only in this time, you did it in the lifetime before, and a lifetime before that, and a lifetime before that, man. Because again, go back into how the Romans persecuted the Christians, man. Not even only the Romans, Asia Minor, they persecuted the Christians, man. Quote unquote Christians, which is, we know, the Mashiachim in the Hebrew. It says, for the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore. The truth, flee the shadow of this world, receive the joyfulness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly. Let me look up that word openly, man, real quick, just a regular Google definition. But it says, flee the shadow of this world. This world wicked, man. And again, this world wants you to be in that acceptable spirit. You know, that acceptable spirit is off. That's a spirit of a fool. Everybody you meet, you accept, man, you get, that's how you get robbed, man. Openly, though, openly, without concealment, deception, right there. Openly mean without concealment, spirit. You're not holding back the words of the Lord, you know. It says deception, it says, or prevarication, especially where those might be expected, frankly, or honesty, man. And it says without concealment, man. That's why we got to do the work. Talk to my damn self first, man. Sincerely, publicly, with no temper concealment, in full view of the people, for all to see. And I know, you know, if you teach in the city that you teach in, everybody seeing you preaching the word undisguisedly. No, bro, you know, for lack of better words, people know what you in. But at the same time, you have to stick with it. There's no integrity for turning back on something that you believe. You know, that's how you turn into a BAN, man. A band. It says, oh, receive the gift that is given unto you, and be glad, giving thanks unto them that have called you to the heavenly kingdom. And we're all been called. Lord willing, operate how we have been chosen. You know, it says, arise up and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, which are departed from the shadow of the world and have received glorious garments of the Lord. And again, one thing about those glorious garments, that start off with the truth, man. Because the truth, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua clothe your mind. You know? But the truth of Esau make your mind naked. It says, and that why it says, take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord, purity. That was that right represents. It says, the number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord, that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed. That word hallowed means separate. And a part of us being hallowed or separate in this time, yeah, we teaching the word. We don't eat pork. A part of you being separate too is you're going to get persecuted, man. Even the scripture says, they hated the prophets. Let me type it up. Yep. Right here. Oh, that spirit, Matthew 5, that whole chapter. Spirit. I said I will make it short. But the spirit heavy though, man. This the Lord making this come out. Matthew 5. Let me start at verse 10. Let's start at verse 8. It says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see the Most High. That's beautiful, man. That pure in heart, that's that pure mind. Your mind not being defiled with the ways of Babylon. It says, for they shall see the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. We're going to see Yahushua, all those that love his appearance. You know, it says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of the Most High. And they're reclaiming it. We call ourselves Yasharallah. And once you translate that, that means princes of the power. It says, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And again, even though that's a smaller thing about this guy on the Dr. Phil show or whatever, he said he don't accept his gay son, and they was mean to him, and he changed his mind. Forget that, man. If you persecuted for righteousness, the Lord said he's going to give you the kingdom of heaven. So what is more worth it? The minutes or seconds of the acceptance of Esau or eternity, man. You know, and Elder probably made that point a minute ago. We got eternity, man. And when you really, because time, you know, as you older you get, the time go by faster. But when you really think of you can't even wrap your mind around eternity, bro. So we got something to look forward to. Let's go on and continue on. Blessed are ye when man shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake. And that's the spirit. That's a part of us being separate. There's going to be guys that's going to get talked good about. Tyler Perry, P. Diddy, Jay-Z. They praise them on the news and everything. They probably got donations and charities and all that. They got praised a lot of times, you know. But we're going to get demonized, you know. Again, whether it be a brother or whether it be a whole camp or anything, we're going to get demonized as people. And that's how you know a lot of these jakes are set up too, you know. So they can have a reason to demonize us, man. You know, Jake, you know, ain't nothing wrong with carrying a weapon, but don't be at camp with your strap on you in front of everybody. Let ain't no faith in the Lord, you know. Let's go ahead and continue on though, man. Because again, you know, we're not affiliated with them guys. It says, blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad. Why? And that's the spirit when you think about it. When you rejoice and be exceedingly glad, you know, prophecy have come to pass, man. You rejoicing, Lord, you said it was going to happen. The water, Lord, the water, you know. That's that mindset that we're going to have back then. Because if you're not in that mindset, you're going to bug out. My mama, you know, my cousin told on me. Nigga sick out here, bro. But we're going to be happy. Why? Because prophecy said it. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. And that's how you know. That's why you rejoicing. You fulfilling prophecy, you know. They did that, so I must be one, you know. That's why we've been teaching, man. And we know even the Lord can deliver you from that. But what if the Lord just gonna let you sit in the concentration camp? How are you gonna be then? Is you gonna lose your faith? You know? Let's go ahead and continue. Let's finish off on 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra 2 and going on in verse 41. It says, the number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord, that the people which have been called from the beginning, the elect, you know, may be hollow, or hollow goes back into separated. But a part of us being separated too, being separated from the rest of the nations, and even some of these camps. We're going to be separated because there's going to be some people who's going to get demonized even more, you know. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with song. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads, he set crowns, and were more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. And it's beautiful, man, because they're talking about Yahweh Shah putting crowns upon the elect, you know. The beginning of rulership, man. Continuing on, it says, so I asked the angel and said, sir, what are these? So Ezra is asking, you know, describe these men unto me. You know, what's the characteristics of these men, basically? When you know, it says, he answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High, Yahweh Shah. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is that which crowneth them? And he giveth them palms in their hands. So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. And that's it. Preaching the gospel, man. That's why you shouldn't be ashamed to preach the gospel. It says, then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. And that's it, man. Not compromising your faith, not compromising your integrity or nothing like that. No matter what nobody believe and know what nobody say, man. You know, because once you compromise, you lose respect. You know, let's say if your favorite team Auburn, and the next year you an Alabama fan, I ain't got no respect for you because you know why you switched up. You know, even the scriptures say that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. If you stick with it, you got to go with it. So yeah, I pray that this video was edifying. I want to give our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakodash. I'm going to give double honor to my apostle, elders, great millstone, and Shalom.